People are reckless, careless, compassionless, and just plain stupid.
You're not stupid, Karen.
No, I am actually. I'm failing almost everything.
Well, there must be something you're good at.
I can put my whole fist in my mouth. Want to see?
No, that's okay. Anything else?
I'm kind of psychic. I have a fifth sense.
What do you mean?
It's like I have ESPN or something. My breasts can always tell when it's gonna rain.
Really? That's amazing.
There's a need for male leadership. The world is crazy, and so are the people. You've got 4 different people. One guy showing us his behind. Not literally the skin of his behind, but his pants are so low. You can see the imprint of his butt. You can see all of his underwear, and he's shooting a bird camera. And for those of you unfamiliar with the term bird, means he's basically saying F you. Why would he take a picture like this? Why would he wear his pants like that? Simply put, I'm going to use the word stupid. We've gotten to a time where we coddle people so much, we can't call stupid people stupid.
Not unless you're congenitally insane or irretrievably stupid, no.
Don't call me stupid.
Why on earth not?
He needs some tough love. He needs some guidance. The young lady next to him is extremely beautiful. This is an example of needing the attention of social media. Taking beautiful pictures like this for followers, subscribers, validation through total strangers. Social media can be great, but it can be addictive and distracting to your normal life. Now, as long as she's looking this beautiful, going out on a night on the town to enjoy herself, but if she's taking pictures like this 10, 20 times a day for attention, that's when we need to set some boundaries. The next guy looks like a gang member. All these tattoos on his face and neck is absolutely ridiculous.
This is ridiculous! Gary, ridiculous. Is that a gay term?
Okay, yep, I'll show myself out.
Oh, he's a little testy, isn't he?
I know the word ridiculous isn't politically correct, but it needs to be stated. He's immediately taking his job prospects down to very little to nothing. Obviously, not going to law school, not getting into an Ivy League university, not looking like this. I'm not even sure if the circus will hire you. Probably can get a job at a tattoo parlor, especially if you've got some skills. Maybe you could be an entertainer. But how many of you looking at this guy's gonna hire him as your accountant? Can't get on the police force looking like this. Can't get in the military looking like this. This was a very foolish undertaking. And then if anybody disagrees on this next slide, no child should be smoking. What do they all have in common? We need guidance for each of them.
Hey, Craig, have you seen my shoe? What's that for?
Protection?
Protection? Protection from who? Your mother and I never would have moved in this neighborhood if we had known you need a gun to walk down the damn street.
You know how it is around here.
Oh, no, son, that's not the way it is. You kids today are nothing but punks. Sissified. So quick to pick up a gun. You're scared to take an ass whipping. This what makes you a man. When I was growing up, this was all the protection we needed. You win some, you lose some. But you live. You live to fight another day. And you think you're a man with that gun in your hand, don't you? Your uncle picked up a gun, too. He had to find out the hard way. 22 years old. You got a choice. These all you need.
Gangs are still recruiting, and movies and songs are still glamorizing gang life. As much TV exposure that gang murders get, you'd think that gangs would be reducing in their membership. What fascination do kids still have with gangs? Boys want to be gang members. They want to get street cred. What does street cred do for you? I'm still trying to figure that out. Girls Want to date bad boys? Why? You want to date a bad boy until you wind up going to jail because he had something in the car and you went down to jail with him, or he's in prison and he can't help you raise the baby you got from him. Why are you still chasing gang membership and dating gang members? It's not a glamorous lifestyle. Most of these guys do not have the money Scarface, Al Capone, or Nino Brown had. That's non-existent. A lot of gang members are broke. It's not a glamorous lifestyle. And then a lot of these gangs are killing each other or killing innocent bystanders with no regard for consequences. There's even rap music called drill music in which they're celebrating the death of their opposition or ops.
Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Most of their ass got hit in the head. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Fuck your homie dead. Most of theirs got hit in the head.
It's absolutely ridiculous. Making a song about somebody who died that you didn't like. Back in the 80s and 90s and the 70s, that would have got you killed. And if you had nothing nice to say about a rival gang member getting killed, you didn't speak on it. I don't have to quantify this. We shouldn't be glamorizing single parentage. Probably 99% of us will all agree on is that most gang members, even if it's 51 to 49%, we can say most gang members come from broken homes, aka single parent homes, aka single mother homes.
Founded in 1998 by Keith Raniere and Nancy Salzman, NXIVM started out as a self-help group which offered classes called Executive Success Programs. In 2017, former members urged authorities to investigate, initially for a subgroup within NXIVM called The Vow. It was a group of women branded with Raniere's initials and on a rotation to have relations with the founder and recruit members in a sort of exceedingly complex relationship scheme. On top of this, in 2018, charges were brought against Raniere and 5 female members for a number of crimes including extortion, sex trafficking, and the list goes on. Raniere got 120 years in prison. As of 2020, a number of groups branched from NXIVM are said to be active and recruiting.
Cults are not a thing of the past. We think about Helter Skelter, Heaven's Gate. Cults still exist. Your friends, your family members, they could be a part of one. Don't let this fool you. Not all of them are violent, but the damage and rift cults cause between families is long-lasting and impactful in a negative way. Cults should not be underestimated. Indoctrination is real, and words are just as good as holding people prisoner as prison bars can be. There are approximately 10,000 cults in the United States, and 90% of cult leaders are male, while 70% are women. So the leaders are men, the membership are women. We need strong male leadership to counteract the male leadership of organizations like this. Hate groups. Not every person that's a racist is caught on a cell phone camera. Sorry, but there are people who are part of hate groups that are not on camera. Hate groups can be just as violent as gangs. We've fallen away from covering them on a regular basis, and we really should teach about hate groups.
White power! Everybody have a lot of things to discuss, mainly niggers. America's at war with Al-Qaeda, but we're still losing the war against Al Sharpton.
The Asian community was a target as well.
Let's talk about Chinese people with their kung fu and all that silly chang chang chong talk. I can't understand you. Go back to your country, white power.
Mr. Bigsby was also critical of the entertainment industry.
Don't let the liberal media tell you how to think and feel. If you have hate in your heart, let it out. If you don't like Will and Grace, that don't mean there's something wrong with you. It means there's something wrong with Will. He's homosexual.
They are more prevalent than we think. Even people who don't join them often share similar views with them. Person who pops up in my mind, if I remember correctly, Dylan Roof, the guy who visited a church in South Carolina and killed quite a bit of people unprovoked. He shared a lot of views that were similar to neo-Nazi hate groups. He wasn't a card-carrying member. You don't have to be a member of a hate group to have a negative impact, but it's important that we know that they're out there. They say that racism is as American as apple pie, as much a part of the American flag as the stripes and stars, interwoven into our society. And by the way, hate groups don't have age limits. Hate group members have children too. That's one of the reasons why they're still so prevalent, that hate is being passed on. Gangs and cults are permanent or long-term, but groups can come together suddenly, operative word suddenly, for a short time to be violent or destructive.
Oh shit! Oh my god! Oh, there you go! Oh! Oh my god, dude. Hey, look at the gas price. It's pretty fucking expensive.
They've got the gallows set upside this Capitol building. It's time to start fucking using them.
Start making a list, put all those names down, and we start hunting them down one by one.
Violent protests are just one example of how seemingly law-abiding citizens and reasonably intelligent people can band together and become extremists for a short time. However, their actions often have long-lasting consequences. Where are the voices of reason when it comes to violent protest? This type of behavior used to be condemned. Now it's praised. There are actual people who praised January 6th, even if it was true that the election was rigged. How can you praise destruction of property, the threatening of people's lives, the loss of life in that incident, and the attack of Nancy Pelosi's husband? Now, he wasn't attacked at the Capitol, but it was still basically related to the rhetoric of the election being stolen. There was a more civilized way to do this in which nobody had to die. Also remember, there are impressionable people that are watching, and they say, hey, if January 6th can happen, maybe on July 4th, we decide to raid the Pentagon. We decide to raid our state capitol. We decide to raid the governor's mansion. If there are not reasonable people saying, hey, this is stupid, this is harmful, this is going to keep happening. Unfortunately, there was a 17-year-old, Kyle Rittenhouse, who went to Kenosha, Wisconsin, and wound up killing someone, and he got off. Even if he was not convicted of murder or manslaughter, there should have been some kind of consequence. He didn't live in Kenosha, Wisconsin. He is not a licensed officer. He is not licensed to carry around a weapon. He is 17. He was not hunting. I don't even believe he was in his home state. Kenosha is not that far from the Illinois border. so he could have been a Chicago resident, said he was defending not only himself, but he went there to defend the community. So he elected himself the Batman of, or actually, because Batman doesn't use guns, the Punisher of that community. He was able to elect and deputize himself as a vigilante and kill someone. Had he never gone in the first place, that guy would probably still be alive. What kind of message are we sending to folk when we say this is okay? This is a matter of coming together temporarily, but doing something stupid. Here's another example. These are kids. They jumped a girl who was mentally disabled in Chicago.
Well, Chicago police are calling this video that went viral sick and disturbing.
One of her friends hauled off and hit her in the face, striking her in the head. Her other friends proceeded to attack her brutally.
That video, it was posted to social media Tuesday. In it, 5 girls appear to attack Janice, and a boy hits the 15-year-old as well. And whoever is behind the camera, shame on you. That person had no problem recording this abuse. They only stopped when a Chicago police officer was riding down this alley on the south side. All the people in the video are underage, and to make it worse, Janice has special needs, and she thought they were her friends.
The person who filmed this already had the camera going, so they knew that this girl was going to get beat up. Nobody intervened. There was a boy that was also in the picture. He was looking and he kept going close to look. But at one point in the video, 5 people was punching her. And I couldn't tell if the boy was one of them or if that was another girl. And was he just looking and getting a closer look? This was absolutely ridiculous. She was terrified. She was very scared. The good news is she wasn't seriously hurt. You know, you reap what you sow, and they got death threats.
Everybody, we sorry. Please, just leave us alone. I'm sorry. Please. Oh my God. Oh my dear brother, if I catch one of you little girls, I'm going to beat y'all. Yo, Lance. They gonna try to kill everybody. Everybody, we are so sorry. We really sorry.
I'm glad nobody killed them, but these girls got death threats, and they got on social media crying, and nobody felt sorry for them. Why should the court of public opinion show you mercy when you didn't show any mercy in this callous act that you did? You showed no regret, no remorse. You beat on somebody who couldn't defend herself. This is not necessarily a gang, but these girls came together temporarily to do something stupid, and somebody posted it on social media. Again, this is where social media can be harmful. Nobody spoke up, and I'm willing to bet you that most of these kids come from broken homes. Not one kid stood up and said, hey, you don't hit on somebody unless they hit you. What are you guys doing? Then you have the case where this father started a riot. I don't think that was his intention.
A massive brawl breaks out at Tucson High School. Police had to be called in to get the chaotic situation under control. Dozens of students were involved in the fight, and we've learned that at least one man was arrested.
Tonight, Team 12's Adriana Loya is speaking with his family, who claims that he was only defending his children.
His intention was to confront the bullies who was bullying his child at school. Now, what we don't know before we judge the father too harshly, we don't know how many times he came up to that school to resolve the situation. We don't know, were there weapons involved when they were threatening his child or children? We don't know if these kids said something as he and his kids were exiting the building, and everybody has a certain level of tolerance.
Authorities say the fight started when a man arrived on the school campus.
In my opinion, he should have been
escorted out to safety.
Rosalina Martinez says that man is her brother. She says he was asked to go pick up his sons from school after an incident with another group of students Tuesday morning. Rosalina says one of her nephews has special needs and the brother was defending him from the other students. When they were walking out to their cars, Rosalina says her brother and nephews were attacked.
He's pulled down from his shirt to the ground, and then you could see all kinds of children, because they're children, closed fists hitting him in his head, kicking him in his body when he's on the floor. And when he's trying to get up, that's when they take the picture that shows that he has his arm on this kid's neck.
Police say one person was detained. Rosalina says that is her brother.
He never hits anybody. He's shoving them off of his body.
But a lot of times kids don't understand that there are consequences to their actions. When you bully somebody, a bigger bully might come in a bigger brother, a big sister, a mother, a father. Now, the fact that this became a full-blown riot is ridiculous. Yes, you should defend your child, but this is a bad look that you've got somebody's child on the ground choking them. However, that child is not innocent. That child's a bully. The people in this riot are not innocent. Where is the guidance? We need strong male leadership.